While many people are against minors in K-pop, entertainment companies debut younger and younger idols. Especially HYBE and YG Entertainment opt for trainees who are basically still children. But what is their reasoning behind this when so many K-pop fans constantly threaten to boycott groups with minors in them? Debuting minors is slowly becoming a new staple as more and more groups are made up of members younger than 18. A huge majority of fans and netizens don't agree with this and claim that minors don't belong in K-pop considering how dark and challenging the industry can be. Yet there are two K-pop companies that seem weirdly obsessed with debuting idols that are still children. It's not really surprising that HYBE have decided to debut another extremely young group, especially after they saw the immense success of New Jeans. New Jeans are doing incredibly well, so it's understandable that they want to try to replicate the success again. Very recently, HYBE and JTBC have been posting teasers about their upcoming survival show, Are You Next? The trainees who join the survival show will then compete for a chance to debut under HYBE's sub-label B-Lift Lab, which is home to ENHYPEN. Since the first teaser, netizens have been very excited to see the full lineup and more info about the contestants. When it was released, one contestant caught everyone's attention, but unfortunately for all the wrong reasons. Her name is Enna, and it was revealed that she was also the maknae. When more pictures and information were released about Enna, netizens couldn't hide their shock after they realized that Enna was born in February 2011, making her only 12 years old. Netizens often discuss if minors are suited for the hectic life of an idol, but they agreed that being 12 years old is just too controversial for them. Although it wasn't clear if Enna would debut straight away if she won the show, netizens thought that it was wrong and inappropriate for someone so young to compete on a survival show. Not only does it come with a lot of pressure and stress to conform to certain expectations, but there are also a lot of sick people on the internet that would surely treat Enna inappropriately. One user on Twitter wrote, "I don't care about opinions or views. Enna should not debut and should have never been on the show. If you are voting for her, I actually think there's something wrong with you." Enna's introduction tweet on the survival show's Twitter was full of enraged and angry fans, expressing their disagreement with Enna being on the show. On the other hand, some netizens were pleased to see a few girls in their 20s participate in Are You Next? While it's very common for groups to have at least one member who's a minor at the time of their debut, the overall ages of idols debuting under HYBE has decreased over the years. When BTS debuted in 2013, Jungkook was 15 going on 16, and the rest of the members were already adults. When TXT had their debut, the youngest member Hyunin Kai was 16 years old, while the rest of the members were nearing adulthood. But when New Jeans debuted, the only member who was 18 was Mindy, and Hae-in was only 14 years old. The difference in age between then and now is drastic, and many people are worried that it's only going to get worse. HYBE's Japanese label, HYBE Labels Japan, and LDH Japan also came under scrutiny for their work with minors. In March of 2023, netizens were in a heated debate over a group called Moonchild that was about to debut with an inappropriate concept. All of the members are 19 years old and under, but the three youngest members, born between 2005 and 2007, seem to have the most revealing looks out of the whole group. One netizen compiled all the reasons into a TikTok and urged people not to support the group. The video quickly went viral, and many people called for a boycott of the group. While HYBE isn't directly involved in the group's debut and is there to provide investment and support, many netizens wanted the company to take a stance to clearly show whether the company is okay with this or not. One user wrote, "Need HYBE to pull out of that deal. They're not branded as a HYBE group, and HYBE won't benefit from it anyway." It's good to mention that the issue with age seems to mostly happen to girl groups. When Boy Next Door debuted under KOZ Entertainment, which was acquired by HYBE, the youngest member is 16 years old, while the oldest member is turning 20 in September this year. Like HYBE, YG also likes to debut members that are too young to be in the entertainment industry. When the company announced the group Baby Monster, everyone was so excited to finally see another girl group after Blackpink, but the journey with the group hasn't been easy. Before the official lineup was announced, there were already rumors that there was going to be a Thai trainee that was extremely talented but also very young. She was then introduced as Chiquita, and she turned 14 this February. Ever since Chiquita was revealed as a member of Baby Monster, many people have had an issue with her age. A lot of people pointed out that companies should have learned by now not to debut actual kids, seeing how many young idols have struggled a lot and experienced something negative. One user on Reddit wrote, "The K-pop industry just doesn't learn. All of the idols who debuted at young ages, such as Boa and Taemin, have all spoken up about how they regretted debuting so young and how much of a toll it had on not just their mental health, but their physical health as well." The user also pointed out that companies should realize that debuting groups with appropriate ages, like Blackpink or aespa, can bring just as much success and profit as debuting children. Because of how tough and demanding the industry is, many people believe that these minors are going to struggle even more. One fan also pointed out that Chiquita's stage name makes them feel uncomfortable, since in Spanish, the name translates to little girl. In relation to baby monster, many netizens also drew attention towards Young Hyun-suk's love story with his wife, and the majority of them voiced their disapproval. In the past, Young Hyun-suk has been very vocal about how he met his wife, Eun-soo, who was 12 years younger than him. These two met in the early 2000s and dated in secret for 9 years before they got married in 2010. What a lot of people find problematic is the age when Young Hyun-suk fell in love with Eun-joo. According to what he had said in the past, he first saw Eun-joo on TV. At the time, Eun-joo was in her second year of middle school, so she couldn't be older than 14. Even though they started dating when Eun-joo was around 20 and 21, a lot of people were disgusted knowing Young Hyun-suk liked his wife since she was a child. Now what people have an issue with is that he was once again involved in the process of creating Baby Monster. In another case in 2021, there was a survival show from MBC called My Teenage Girl, and while the name is already very disturbing, the overall age of the contestants made a lot of netizens worried. They also had an issue with how the girls were grouped by age. The major concern came from how the girls would be treated among the different ranks. When the first promotional pictures for the show came out, netizens' concern grew even more because the outfit seemed inappropriate. Many underage girls were dressed in crop tops and short skirts, which a lot of people found bad for their age. In 2023, NBC made the same survival show but for boys called My Teenage Boy, or also known as Fantasy Boys. The response was pretty much the same since the final lineup consisted of 12 members, 3 of which were all 14-year-olds. It's not as common for boy groups to have extremely young members, but it raised the same concerns about their future well-being and time in the group. Even experts have spoken up about minors in K-pop, and many of them claim that it's time to take action. Lee Gyu-tag, a professor of pop music and media, shared, "Idol auditions require even those in their early teen years to behave like professional K-pop artists. I'm not sure how appropriate it is for children to act way too mature for their age. Although young idols can do what they truly love from a young age, experts are still suspicious about the potential consequences." Pop culture critic Ha Jae-kun said, "If they fail to succeed as celebrities, they are left with limited career options since they've most likely missed a significant portion of their education due to idol activities." Lee Myung-ho, a psychology professor, said that when young teenagers become idols or trainees, they basically go into isolated group training. "We've all heard many stories from idols about how lonely and isolated they felt at some point in their careers." The professor named worrisome things that they have to deal with, like not being able to handle their emotions, or being resilient when dealing with stress, inability to cope, or spiraling into self-destructive behavior. There's an unanswered question many people would like to know the answer to. If entertainment companies like HYBE or YG have a huge history of debuting minors, know about the possible consequences, and if they do, why would they pose their youngest idol to such a huge risk? Some company stands might claim that companies are now doing a better job at protecting their idols, but they can't exactly protect them from what's being said about them on the internet. As K-pop fans, we can call for change as much as we want to, but K-pop companies are well aware of how popular underage idols are in the industry, and as unfortunate as it is, it seems like this is just something that we'd have to learn to accept. What do you guys think about this issue? Let us know in the comments. Bye!